Has being vegan changed you mentally?
Since becoming vegan, I feel awakened and enlightened, and almost I'm accepting of the journey that I'm on and this path that I've found, or this path that's found me. I'm a lot more spiritual since becoming vegan, and I'm a lot more positive and accepting of differences in people. Yeah, there's so much that has changed mentally for me that it's hard to break it down sort of in one answer, because I just feel so clear and pure in my mind that it's quite astonishing what this lifestyle has done for me.
Oh my gosh, yes, being vegan has allowed me to get through all of the traumas and difficulties that I've had in my life, truly, to be able to just to embrace everything. It's so important, I believe, to share that, embracing your emotions.
Actually, just on my mental process, I feel a lot more clarity, as if before I felt like I had this cloud just hovering over my head, and I just, it's just like everything's a lot slower. And now everything feels so much more lively in my own process, my ability to think and analyze and see things and have conversation. Everything just flows a lot more naturally. So that is such a huge bonus that I never expected. But it's amazing. If you never experience that, you have nothing to compare to. But as soon as you do, then you know the value of that, and it's hard to go back.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, and yes. The clarity. So I think when I went vegan, I also kind of really started doing heavy meditation. And so you can, even just playing with your food and how it affects your meditation is a process in itself. And knowing the cleaner that you eat, the easier it is to drop into your meditation.
It changed my mental clarity. I feel more focused about the things, and I can do more things mentally. I can stay up all night, and the next morning I can drink smoothie or apple juice or orange juice and feel very clever.
I've been presented with facts about how animal products aren't necessary for our health, about how animal products can be quite cruel, and so I've become understanding of that, and as a result I feel more compassion in my life. I would also say that having more energy in general, whether that's through improving your diet, incorporating physical activity, is always going to bring about heightened mental state, a better ability to focus and do mental work. I would also say that I'm a much more positive person today than I was 3 or 4 years ago.
I used to have a lot of anxiety and negative thoughts, and I'd be a very angry person. I was always very cranky and emotionally unstable. But ever since going vegan, I'm always skipping, I'm always singing, I'm always smiling, and that's the best feeling ever, because what you eat is a direct reflection of who you are and how you present yourself to the world.
Absolutely. So being raw vegan is changing mentally by just having more mental acuity and just being more sharp, and it allows me to think more clearly. And also one of the cool things I'm noticing, even now that I'm getting more wise with my age, my reaction times are actually quicker. So if I'm eating an apple and all of a sudden it drops, I could just take my hand and all of a sudden put it underneath and just catch it. It's just insane. And even when I was younger, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to move or think as quickly. So of course, this also depends. Just because you're raw vegan doesn't mean you're gonna have better mental acuity. You gotta make sure you get enough omega-3 fatty acids in the proper ratios of the correct fats in your diet. That's also very important.
My thoughts are different. I'm a more positive person. I see a more positive outlook on the world, and therefore I see a better outlook on myself, and I see my mind isn't as foggy. I used to walk around with indecision, didn't know what to do. I used to just bump into walls, oh, that's not working, this isn't working. It was terrible. I had so much fogginess. But now, since going vegan, my mental clarity, all right, for an example, when you have a situation in life, you're like, oh, what should I do? And you'll start thinking for a second, boom, the Rolodex of answers will open up. You can do this, that, you could not do it, you could walk away, you could jump in, you can do so many things. Well, being vegan now, I can pick the right answer or I can pick the right thing that I should do faster, and I know how to do it, what to do it, and since being vegan, I have the energy to do it.
Yeah, I think it has. I think some of it was just a natural progression of getting a little bit older and hopefully learning a little bit more about myself. But yeah, it has. I mean, I definitely feel like I've become, I guess, even more open-minded than I was before.
Oh yeah, going vegan has had a huge impact on my psyche, on my brain, both intellectually and spiritually. My grades and my academic, stimulation and attention span and focus significantly went up when I went vegan. I think that has to do with fueling my brain with like the proper amount of carbohydrates that it strives for, and I also didn't have those dense foods that my body needed to take physical energy in order to break down. It had more space to focus on other things, maybe mental cognition. So I can't scientifically tell you why, but I just became kind of a smarter, more intellectual person at school when I went vegan.
I think it did. Just my attitude towards the world, and I think I have more energy and like I'm like happier sort of. Yeah, just a positive state of mind.
I've been told that I've become more caring, calm, and respectful of a lot of other people, just as I have with animals, planet, and honestly, I used to be a bit of a brat back in the day, so I think that's definitely changed, and you start respecting yourself and everyone around you a lot more.
Yeah, it has. Being vegan isn't just about protecting animals, it's not just about looking better, being fitter, it's not just about cardiovascular fitness, it's about your entire body functioning better. When you're eating a cleaner diet, your brain gets more nutrition, more waste products are cleaned out. Like people think about heart health. That's it, heart health and cancer, that's all I care about. But the functioning of your brain is also incredibly important because that's where you live. I'm having this conversation from my brain right now. And if my brain is foggy, if my brain is not getting enough oxygen, not getting enough nutrients, if I can't clear the waste products out, I don't feel well. I'm cloudy, I can't focus. You get depressed more easily, you get overwhelmed more easily. And I think being vegan is a great way to become more resilient. I learn more now too. I'm much smarter than I used to be. It's easier for me to pick up information and retain it now. So I think there's huge improvements on personality and on just the experience of being alive.
Being vegan has changed my life in so many ways. There's not really a part of my life that hasn't impacted, from the way I think, the way I feel, to how I look and just my overall strength as a physical body. And it's definitely changed I can definitely say I'm more compassionate. I'm more quick to find a resolution, more as a answer with fire, answer with anger. I'm just more quick to be calm about things. And
I believe that I'm sharper mentally now. I believe that there's times in the past where when something got complicated, I would just avoid it or stop thinking about it. But now that I've cleaned out my diet, I do feel that my brain functions better and that I can work things out better and things just come together in my mind in a sharper way. And I definitely felt like when I went towards vegan and raw vegan, I could feel my brain was changing, and I know that sounds weird, but I would sometimes be sitting there and I felt I would go into this different state, like this really relaxed, nice state. Of course, emotionally, a lot of changes as well, but yes, mentally, more sharp, more alert, seem to be better brain function. Obviously less fat in the diet if you keep your vegan diet low fat. That'll help you because you get more oxygen to your brain, more blood flow to the brain.
Less cognitive dissonance. I think probably the biggest thing that I've taken away from a vegan lifestyle is just mental clarity. Less mental fogginess. And just, again, that clarity of purpose. If you get rid of all the junk and expectations. I think vegan is enough outside the norm that once you're outside the norm, you're like, oh, what do I truly want? What do I want my life to be like? I can actually choose. And so my whole mantra is like, live the life you want to lead.